Hello everybody and welcome back to more of the Agent series where we just finished Tatooine and we're continuing on to go start Alderaan so we can finish off Chapter 1.
Stand by. I'm routing comm traffic through our mid-rim outposts. You're on a 6-second delay until I resynchronize the data stream. 3, 2, 1, synced and secured. Tracking systems show you're in the castle lands of Alderaan. Enjoy the view, Cypher. I hear the mountains are lovely.
After the last few worlds, I'll be sure to appreciate it.
It'll keep you sane. Alderaan is governed by the wealthiest noble families in the galaxy. They've feuded for centuries, and are presently engaged in a full-scale war. You're here because Imperial Intelligence believes that one of the noble houses, or a noble within one of the houses, is financing the Eagle's terror network.
What sort of financing are we talking about?
Money for weapons, transportation, bribes, anything the cells need. The Empire's resources are tied up supporting House Thul's efforts to claim the throne. But Intelligence does have one asset, Vector Hillis. Vector was an Imperial ambassador to the nobles, but he was later repurposed. Now he's with the Killiks, Alderaan's native alien species.
I'm not familiar with them. What's their story?
The Killiks are an insectoid species that evolved on Alderaan. Most of the nests migrated into space millennia ago, but a few remain planetside. When Vector approached the Killiks on a mission of diplomacy, they absorbed him into their collective intelligence. He's part of their hive mind. However, he continues to file activity reports, and we believe he's still loyal to the Empire, even if he's barely human anymore.
How's that possible?
Prolonged exposure to the Killiks induces physiological changes. He shares thoughts, feelings with them, but we don't know much more. We've requisitioned Vector from the diplomatic service and given him a need-to-know overview. You'll rendezvous at these coordinates. Use him to eliminate any noble or house funding the terrorists. Watcher 2 out.
Yeah, as I said in the previous episode, this is when things start getting kind of weird for the Agent story. Thankfully, it only lasts for really this planet, and I guess Vector's entire story, but I'm not a personal fan of Vector, however you might be. You know, he's not a bad character. He's just a bit weird and a little bit misunderstood, but I'll let you determine that for yourself.
Yes, this is the one, as the song schedule determined.
I can't wait to see how this goes.
We are Vector Hillis, Dawn Herald of the Ouroboros Nest. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Agent.
You must be the man with a bug for a brain.
We must be. We're glad you were briefed. We trust our appearance doesn't disturb you. Our superiors in the diplomatic service find our joining disconcerting, but it was necessary. The joining allowed us to share thoughts and senses with the Nest, forge a bond between Empire and Killiks. The change is a small price.
Being transformed doesn't bother you?
It was unexpected, but now I'm part of the kind. I hear the song of the universe. It's a magnificent thing. Yes, as to your target, Imperial Intelligence provided us with a list of names, dates, and locations connected to your terrorist financier.
I'm not sure I like sharing information with the Killiks.
It's unavoidable. Our thoughts are shared. Perhaps you'll make the best of it. We can't identify the financier himself, but your information shows he's visited House Organa, House Ceres, House Pantier, and House Cortez. Cortez is a vassal of the Empire's proxy, House Thul. If you show the Cortez Baron a copy of our findings, he might close in on your foe.
I appreciate the advice.
We must proceed to the Dance of Unlighting, but we'll remain here for the duration of your mission. We suggest you present yourself to Cortez as an ally of the Empire, show strength, and don't mention your intelligence connections.
Yeah, he is pretty creepy, but because I know I'm going to get a million questions on it, the gear I'm wearing is the regulator's gear from the cartel vendor on the fleet, and it's just, you need a reputation in order to buy it, and it just costs money. The other thing with it is that I have a black-red color dye in it, and simply, like I said, because I know I'm going to get a million questions on it, that's what I'm wearing. And the eye patch is also from the same vendor, so there you go. If you want to wear that stuff, you can get it from those vendors.
Hold your guard. In the name of Baron Payar Cortez and the Cortez Barony, I demand you state your business or face expulsion.
I am one of the free soldiers of the Polemian trade route, come to offer my company's services.
Another mercenary thug, then. Come to Alderaan for a few credits.
Captain Perovius, there's no need to react this way.
Forgive me, my lady.
I am Baroness Che Cortez. Forgive our lack of hospitality, but these are inhospitable times. And quite frankly, Cortez has no need of mercenaries. Friends, yes, but not armies for hire.
Allow me to prove that I can be a friend.
Perhaps. Some days ago, we lost a squad of battle droids patrolling the borders of Cortez lands. That squad was our first line of defense. We believe the squad's disappearance may presage an attack, yet not one of our allies has come to our aid.
What happened to the squad exactly?
We don't know what destroyed our droids. They went silent. Until we find out, we must prepare for the worst. If you want our favor, send your troops to determine the fate of our patrol. Perhaps then my Baron may host guests.
Of course. I'll send a legion of my best men.
I'll leave you to Captain Perovius. I hope to see you under better circumstances.
If your troops find the droids, tell them to activate the squad's homing beacon. Perhaps the data logs will help us.
So it actually works, the gear my character's wearing, because I chose to do the mercenary thing. So my character looks like a mercenary, and I chose that for a reason, so it, his look fits. Also, you could choose to be like a diplomat there as well, and it does change the way that they interact with you, which is pretty cool. Now, I do have to mention that, in conjunction with this, that the Trellis of the Eidolon series is up on the website as you're watching this, so if you haven't read the other 3, the 4th one is now up, so catch up on that if you haven't, but you can find it at OSWnetwork.com, and it should just be on the front page.
This is Captain Perovius. It's good to see you again. I'm impressed that you conducted the search personally. We're receiving the droid's logs now. You have my thanks.
I'd appreciate it if you let the Baron know about my help.
He'll hear. Don't you worry. At any rate, these logs are discouraging. The droid skirmish with the Killiks. Blasted bugs are on Cortez lands again.
I ran into a few more on my way here.
Figures as much. Rumor has it that the Killik nest is growing. Probably scouting for a new home. I'll make sure the Baron knows. Those things won't build a new hive in Cortez territory. I'll tell you that.
Now that I've done my part, may I see the Baron?
The Baroness is offering you an invitation to the estate. You may return at your leisure.
Now, if you've watched any of my other series, you probably are aware that I'm not usually a fan of Alderaan. I'm not usually a fan of the bureaucratic stuff and the politics and all that happens on Alderaan with all of the other stories, especially the Trooper one. Oh, that one is just insufferable. But with the Agent, I don't mind it so much, and the simple fact of the matter is that you infiltrate this like group of people as house, and within it you kind of root it out and you get the information you need, but it's way less political.
The Baron is expecting you. This way, please.
Our guest has arrived, my lord.
Baron Payar Cortez, Sword of the Castle Lands. I hereby present to you an honorable friend and a soldier of fortune. This man risked himself in the service of House Cortez, valiantly recovering our lost patrol and identifying the Killik threat. In appreciation of his noble deeds and out of respect for his accomplishments, I ask that you grant him recognition.
I shall grant him recognition. I am Baron Payar Cortez, good sir. Welcome to my home.
The pleasure is mine, Baron.
Then we are both fortunate.
I hope I didn't give the wrong impression at the gates. I just take the security of my house very seriously.
One of few things she does, along with her gardens and her ack dogs.
You'll make me blush, my lord.
Tell me now, why do you seek my house? Is there a favor you would ask? An alliance you'd propose?
I need to identify a man. I think you might be able to assist.
I'll gladly help. Show me what you have. The dates in your files, yes, we've had visitors at these times, but that's no surprise. I believe the guest you're looking for is Master Denry Ale. We've hosted him and his summits on a number of occasions.
Let's hear some more.
Denry Ale was once Lord Denry Ale, a powerful and respected man among the vassal houses. But some years ago, he abdicated his position.
He became a mediator dedicated to forging peace.
Strange you should ask about him now. For several weeks, Denry Ale has been missing. Whether off on some secret negotiation or something more regrettable, no one knows.
Isn't anyone trying to find him?
Not that I'm aware of. One missing man in all this chaos. But it bears investigation. I'll begin looking into Ale's whereabouts through formal and informal diplomatic channels. If I can find him for you, I will. You may also wish to investigate the matter yourself. I'm sure a mercenary of your caliber has sources.
I appreciate your efforts, Baron.
In the meantime, you're welcome to stay as a guest. House Cortez prides itself on its hospitality.
We'll have to dine together. You can meet the Ack dogs.
The Baron has spoken. This audience is at an end.
You see, my character has played this game, the whole political game, before. I know I said that there isn't a lot of politics, but that doesn't mean I'm not dealing with politicians, which is kind of unfortunate. However, I should also mention that the only reason I do dislike Alderaan on the Agent is because I don't really like bugs, so the Killiks are kind of, they push me away from liking this part of the story. But it does get a lot better once you finish off Alderaan. In fact, it gets really good with the rest of the story, and of course the end of Chapter 1 and beginning of Chapter 2 will just blow your mind. In fact, the whole thing gets incredibly good. I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Is it me, or are there more bugs than last time?
Welcome back. Your aura reflects your attunement to the great song.
Vector, good to see you again, too.
Our observers saw you enter the Cortez estate. The fingerlings were listening and heard mention of Denry Ale. We met Ale during our time as ambassador. With his wealth and talent, he could be your target.
Care to explain that?
Denry Ale could obtain funding from houses across Alderaan. He could supply a terrorist army. We think we can find him. Our nest has had many joiners over the years. Soldiers, children, nobles. We can search their memories and see what they know of Denry Ale.
Let's see what you come up with.
We remember Pabal Alder. When her speeder crashed, our foragers brought her to the hive. Our healers tended her. We became one. Her house, House Alder, an old house of scholars and antiquarians, granted Ale residence in honor of his work as a mediator. Ale kept records of his work in the Alder estate. If you can penetrate the estate's defenses, those records are yours.
Good work. I'll have those records in no time.
If we may be so bold. A warning. House Alder opposes the Empire, and the estate is always prepared for an Imperial attack, even a stealthy one. Be careful.
Yeah, he was incredibly creepy, at least to me. Go ahead and let me know what you think about Vector in the comments, because seriously, I don't like bugs, and that's just how it is for me, so I'm a little biased.